Hello, race fans, and welcome to round 4 of the Final 5 playoffs of the Truck Series, the Simpson Detailing 145, coming to you live here on Rice Motorsports TV. I tell you, one more race to go after tonight, and we'll be wrapping up the truck season. And I tell you, it has been a fun one. And of course, as always, we want to give a shout out to our broadcast sponsor, JS Design, the official paint shop of Rice Motorsports TV. Now, like we've been saying for the last few broadcasts, the championship has already been decided. And but I tell you, Paul Bojanic, he won it all. And the good example here, this is just showing you the consistency that he has had all season long. He picked up another W with the trucks at Nashville Fairgrounds, and we'll see if he can repeat that for a couple of more times in the season here with the trucks. We had a beautiful night for racing out there tonight. 75-degree air temperature, winds only 2 miles an hour, track temperature 80 degrees, and of course I'm sorry, that's a typo, that not the season's finale. That will next week. Yeah, this is actually round 4, and of course they're doing what they normally do. They have the 10-lap qualifying, and of course running the 40% fuel, 2 sets of tires, 3 green white checker attempts for 145 laps at this 0.35-mile facility. And thank you again for joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV all season long. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you'll know every time we go live. I think we have just a little bit more time, less than a couple of minutes before we get to the heat qualifying. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break and hear from my sponsor. We'll be right back. You're watching the Final 5 playoffs, round 4, here on Rice Motorsports TV.
At North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this 0.625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. Oh, here we go. It's just about to go away. They bump coming out of turn 4. Earnhardt gets the lead. We had just heard from our spotters that Neil Bonnett. Is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Okay, folks, it is time for our qualifying heat. All the drivers are lined up on the starting grid there. So we'll be waiting for that pace car to get rolling off. I think he's just getting the signal now to get going. And he's rolling away. Ron Walters, he'll be leading them to the green flag. Looks like he's got Terrell Rice on outside row 1 there. Paul Janik right behind him inside row 2 with Mike Berg. I tell you, Mike Berg, and boy, all the heavy hitters are right there too. Oliver Stevens, man, he was a beast last night in the late models. Ashton Rice, she's right there as well. And also, you got to watch the 15 there, Chris Page. He could be a sleeper for sure. So we'll see what happens. Make their way down the back stretch. Everybody's all lined up and ready to go. Pace car coming down on pit road.
Green.
We got the green flag. Qualifying heat underway. And boy, once again, Terrell Rice, Ron Walters, this time I think he took it easy on the start. He spun the tires big time in the start for the qualifying last night with the late models. But both him and Paul Bajanic trying to get past Terrell Rice, and he finally does. Rice runs wide there a bit. So now they're running 1-2. Oh, and Paul Bajanic, a little bit of trouble. Oh, no, and he miraculously doesn't get hit. But he does continue on. Oh, my goodness, the 45. Okay, somebody made contact with the 45 there. Don't know how that happened, but obviously staying green. No caution flags during the qualifying heat, so Ron Walters well ahead of Chris Page. Terrell Rice coming down pit road. I don't know if he has, doesn't have much damage, but coming down pit road anyway. Chris Page, he's about, looks like he's about 2.3 seconds behind Ron Walters. Paul Bajanic, he's now in the 8th position trying to catch up to the pack. We're halfway through the qualifying heat. Never know, Paul might get up there, and when you lose that much ground and then you have to make it up, and you only have 10 laps or less than 10 laps to do so in a situation like that, all you can do is just try to get close enough. He's trying to catch the 12 of Clay Rice. 3 more laps to go. I think he might get him. He might be able to pick up at least 1 more position. He's definitely at the fastest time. And he squeezes right on past the 12, so he'll move into that 7th position. But Clay Rice fighting him hard on the outside. Ron Walters still up at the front. He's sailing away with it. No pressure for Ron Walters at all. It'll be 1 lap before we get the white flag next time around. These guys, they're still battling hard right there. Paul Bajanic, he's trying to get past Sarah Oliver, maybe pick up Mike. Oh, and it gets away from him again. What in the world? And anyway, white flag there for Ron Walters. Paul Bajanic, he has just been having a time of it the last couple of nights here, 2 or 3 nights. But Ron Walters will grab that pole position for tonight's feature event. Another surprising turnabout there for in the qualifying heat. And so that'll the session will now roll over to the warm-up session. And let me grab Paul Bajanic real quick and bring him up here. Hey, Paul, you got a copy?
Yeah, you come to make fun of me.
No. I mean, I tell you, you've been having a time here the last couple of nights and stuff.
Oh.
Did the track just feel different to you or something?
Oh no, I lost everybody. Am I still there?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Did you
lose it? Get booted?
No, you're in the server. You should be. Yeah.
Okay, I'm still here. No, everything disappeared.
Oh, it did.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean that was totally my fault. Got the tires hot before they got warm, and got real slippery, and then lost it, and then kept losing it, trying to catch up. But
Right.
no, it's all good. Like I said, this is that deal where you gotta feather the throttle instead of hammering the throttle.
Right.
And I learned during during the qualifying instead of during practice.
Well, now
But
you.
it'll be good.
Oh
No,
yeah.
it's all good.
It's in for him, man. Well, I'm gonna put you back down to the channel, and
Brother.
good luck. We'll talk to you later, man.
Hey, have
And,
fun.
play nice.
Enjoy.
Yep. You too.
Yep.
So Paul Vajanic, he'll be getting out there, and he might turn a few laps. We don't know. And it's the warm-up session, so they have the option to do that or not. But we'll go ahead and take a moment and hear from our sponsor. I mean, now, actually, you know what? How much time do we have left in the session? We have, I think we probably have, we're about 2 minutes in. We're going to go ahead. We'll hear from our sponsor, but we'll also take a pause for our national anthem as well.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, folks, it is time for our feature race. All the drivers are lining up, and as they do that, let's go ahead and take a look at that starting lineup And it's Ron Walters got that pole position. Chris Page will be starting second. Ashton Rice in the third position. Then we have Oliver Stevens starting fourth. Matt Holden fifth. Sarah Oliver will be in the sixth position. Clay Rice is seventh. Paul Bajanic, he had that early spin in the heat qualifier, but he did recover to the eighth spot, so that's where he'll line up. Ninth is Mike Berg, Terrell Rice 10th. And I don't know why my name is in there. My name shouldn't be in there. But anyway, it is time to go racing. Oh, I know why. Because we were thinking Andy Koslova was going to make it in tonight. He wasn't able to make it, apparently. They're rolling off now, getting ready to get going. Ron Walters trying to make sure he gets that thing just right, get that start just right. $145 laps tonight. And we're getting ready for the green flag here.
Green flag, green flag.
We got a green flag, and we're racing here tonight. And we'll look at Ron Walters. A good start that time. And now he does. Boy, he pulls away from the 15 there. Chris Page, a much better start than he did last night, that's for sure. Able to hold on to that lead. Paul Bajanic, he's back there in the 7th position. He is right in the thick of it, boy. Trying to fight his way up to the front there. Now in the 6th position, just ahead of the 25 there, Matt Holden. Trying to make his way through the field. Ron Walters up the front has just about a half-second lead already on the 15 there. Chris Page. Page not too far behind. Bajanic now up to third. He definitely cleared the field. Really good recovery there for the number 3 driver. Now trying to see if he can get down there and catch the 2 front runners there. Like Paul was saying, to give him that truck time to get those tires nice and warmed up. Getting pretty good acceleration off the corners there. And shout out to the Rothries there in the chat. Suspicions of how Ron Walters got that pole position. Anyway, he didn't spin this time, so yeah. But with Ron, he's looking pretty good. 1.3 seconds right now is the gap between him and actually the gap between him and Paul Bajanic. Paul Bajanic is recovered from that spin in the heat qualifying, started 8th, and all the way is raced back up to the 2nd position, lap 9 of 145. Now the gap is 1.3 seconds between him and Ron Walters. And they're moving at a pretty good clip here now, and still not. They're about half a lap away from catching the tail end of the field. And the last, I don't say 2, 3, 4 races, we have not seen them run up to on the back of the field too soon. It takes them a while to get there. Clay Rice, he is at the tail end of the lead lap. So he will be the first truck to go a lap down if and when they catch him. Walters now just coming off of turn 2, racing down the back stretch. Paul Bajanic not too far behind. Yeah, I think they're trying to set a good tone here now. Now, there's been some trying to keep those tires alive and trying to, manage your fuel. And of course now tonight it's not the series finale, so there won't be any halfway point like competition caution or anything like that. But 145 laps, so I'm not sure how far they'll go as far as pitting is concerned. But they only have the one extra set of tires tonight as well. So they'll definitely have to do a good 75, 80 laps on them, I would imagine. Now getting ready to start lap number 16. Those two are racing. Chris Page, he remains nice and comfortable in that third spot. Ashton Rice, she's got a nice cushion around her as well in the fourth position. Then we have Oliver Stevens. Well, he was a beast last night in the late models, rounding out the top five. He's followed by Sarah Oliver in that sixth position. Terrell Rice got a little loose there on the start of the race, almost trying to give Ron Walton a run for his money. Got away from him a little bit. He fell back to the seventh position there. He's followed by Matt Holden, who's got a little bit of pressure on him from the 45 there. Mike Berg running ninth. And then Clay Rice running shotgun on the field at the moment. 20 laps in the books now, about to make it lap 21. Ron Walters, he's maintaining the gap a good 0.8 of a second. So they're having a pretty good feel for the track here tonight. Paul Bojanic sticking right with them. Those top four, they're right there together. And actually, you can see Chris Page. He's I don't know. He's getting a little closer to the number 3. Everybody's settled in now, got a good rhythm going. He's trying to close in on Paul Bojanic a little bit. Paul's keeping him to about 0.7, maybe 0.8 of a second. It's going up and down between 6 and 7, actually. But he's really having to stay with it as the 15 tries to close in ever closer. Ashton Rice, she's a bit further back. Not too far back, but she's not quite there in that fight here at the moment. But she can see the top 3 right there in front of her. She still has a little ways to go before she can really get up there and be a threat. Paul Bojanic's starting to see a little bit more of that 15 in his rearview mirror. And lap 27 of 145. Only one more race to go for the trucks, and we'll be saying goodbye to the trucks. And because there was something we were doing. We were trying to do some multiple vehicles in this particular season 2 here, and we've had a bit of fun with it. Doing the street stocks on Tuesday nights, late models on Wednesday, and the trucks on Thursdays. But next our summer session, it'll be a little bit shorter season, and we will focus primarily on the late models. And then in the fall, we'll have the late models. They will be racing on Tuesday evenings. And we're a little bit undecided on which vehicle we're going to do for the fall, but we're going to be trying out some stuff during the summer while we're doing the summer session with the late models. Try some other vehicles. Good chance it might be with the Lara IR-18. We do specialize a lot of short track racing, but the Virginia iRacing League and the iFormula Racing League, they're open to all kinds of racing, all sizes of tracks. We've been primarily doing the short track thing the last couple of seasons. A lot of action. Ron Walters, he's getting real close to the tail end of the field. They're only a couple of seconds away from catching Clay Rice there. You can see the tail end of the field now. Those three trucks. That's Mike Berg, Matt Holden, and Clay Rice. Ron Walters, I think he is in fuel saving mode. I think he's running in fourth gear. Yeah, he's got that thing in fourth gear and not having to turn a lot of RPMs. He is really, he may be trying to make sure he only does one stop and trying to, now that he does, see him does drop down into third. So he's playing around with the gears just a little bit. Paul Bajanic still fighting off the 15 of Chris Page, and look who's getting a little closer. Ashton Rice is starting to inch her way into the picture. Boy, I tell you, she was famous for doing that back in season 1. But Chris Page, he is really starting to try to lay a little heat now on the number 3 there, Paul Bajanic. I think he just got a little loose there coming off the corner, opened up a little bit of a gap between him and the 3. But he's got Ashton Rice behind him. So now things about to get pretty interesting here. Paul Bajanic. And look at Ashton Rice up on the high side for a minute there. I thought she was going to try to make a move. Paul Bajanic under pressure, big time pressure. Chris Page looking down on the inside, trying to get past. Ashton Rice getting into the mix as well. Paul Bajanic having to fight off both the 15 and the 49. Can't protect both high and low lines at the same time. Good grief. So much, he's not trying to catch Ron Walters right now. That gap to the leader, 1.5 seconds. He's busy defending second position. And Ashton Rice moves into that third spot. She sneaks past the 15. Boy, talk about being a meat in the sandwich. She does get past the 15, sandwiched right between the 15 and the 3. Rice looks like she's ready to move to the front. Ron Walters is still up there leading. Gap now about 1.3, 1.4 seconds. It's like the longer this race goes, the stronger those AI cars get. Oh, and careful there. Oh, careful. Oh, you almost saw that happening. Caution, and Rice is up on her lid. Well, not on the lid, up on her side. Oh, my goodness. And, yep, she's going to have to tow back. And looks like Paul Bajanic, he was able to get going. And looks like he's in 7th position. Not sure how much damage he's got. It's not as much damage as it looked like it would be. And Ashton Rice, she's still up on her side. They're going to have to get her. She's going to have to tow in for sure. But caution here on lap 46. Wow. We were looking at that, and it was just, we could tell that, I was looking at it, you could tell that something was going to happen. And so here's Rice. She's on the high side there. I think maybe she was thinking about making a pass. And boy, I tell you, they were getting closer and closer and closer. And there's Paul. He's coming off the corner, and he actually might have pushed up into there a little bit, and he definitely wasn't clear. And she couldn't get out of it. And for a minute, you thought he might go. Oh, he tore the front of the car. Okay. And she ended up going for a wild ride here, up, sliding down sideways. In the 33, he's right there. He's like, oh boy, let me get through this. As he threads the needle between the two of them. So Paul Bajanic, he ends up down on the inside, and with Ashton Rice up on the high side. So that so she's down on pit road, obviously towing in. So that's going to put her. Well, she's not on the screen right now because she's being towed in, but that may be a little bit of a relief for the rest of the field, because, boy, I tell you, she was coming like gangbusters. And I think her lights are out on the pace car, so it'll be lap 50 when we get the green flag. But he's got Chris Page right there, and don't look now, there's Oliver Stevens. And Terrell Rice, he's getting back up there too. I tell you, all these folks, they're going to be ganging up on Ron Walters here. Paul Bajanic's back in the 9th position.
Green.
Got the green flag, and Ron Walters, it seemed like he was taking it easy. I don't know if he's going to have the luxury of taking it easy now. Chris Page, door to door as they go down the backstretch. Walters fighting to hold on to that lead. He seems a little tentative, getting on that gas. He loses that lead position. It seems like he's not running that. See, I think he's running 4th gear a lot. Well, he is in 3rd. He's shifting to 4th. He's shifting in the turns, I think. At least right now, he's in 4th. I saw him go down to 3rd for a second there. Now, who knows? He might be getting a little bit of wheel spin in that 3rd gear. But well, I tell you, he's definitely got to pedal harder than that if he's going to catch the 15 Chris Page. Gap 1.3 already. He's still on pit road. That's too bad for the number 49. She's getting, I don't know how much damage. Not, well, a little bit of damage there, but she'll be out as soon as she can. But her competitive night is probably over. She'll be multiple laps down when she gets back out there. Let's see, where is Paul Bajanic? He's in the 8th position, kind of starting all over again, working his way through the field. And there's Ashton Rice now just coming, getting back off the pit road there, 11 laps down. But good to see her back out there on the track. Meanwhile, Paul Bajanic now has gotten back up to the 7th position. Chris Page, 2.8 seconds ahead of actually Mike Berg. Ron Walters now falling back to the 3rd spot. Oh, and he touches. Oh,
Caution.
and we got another caution. Oh, hang on to it, Ron. It must be really slick out there tonight or something, because he's really, the car is just like, I wonder if it's like driving on ice out there tonight or something. It just seems like he's been driving really tentative, like he's kind of been tiptoeing around with it, and not really the confidence that he wants to have in those tires, hoping that they'll grip up. Now, I wonder if he's on the tail end of the, looks like he's on the tail end of the lead lap. He's in front of the 15 there, and he is indeed going to go on around and catch up to the tail end of the field. So he really dodged the bullet there, and let's go back and take a look at that. And so here's Ron, and they're racing, and that looks like they just did. They were a little loose and kind of back and forth in the turn there, and made a little bit of turn contact in the turn. And oh boy, Terrell Rice, he is just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He didn't actually make contact. I think what happened here, Ron was trying to get going again, and when he put his foot on the gas, and then the rear end just came around on him. Oh my goodness, right up into the traffic. That is not what you want to see. And Ashton Rice, see her going by and stuff, but man, that is definitely not what you wanted to see. But I don't think he made any, didn't have any other contact. See him now just coming off of pit road. The truck doesn't look too bad. A little bit of damage on the hood there, but nothing too bad. Paul Bajanic just making his way back off of pit road. Paul, he had Ron, he had a 7.5 second pit stop. Paul was on there for 15 seconds, so that might have been a, I don't know if he changed his tires or just right side tires or got fuel or what, but he was definitely there for a while. So now we'll see how this shakes out here again. Lights are out on the pace car. It'll be lap 64. When we get going once again, it'll be Chris Page leading to the green flag. Ron Walters catching up to the back of the field, 8th. And Paul Bajanic will be in the 9th position. Pace car should be coming down on pit road. There he goes.
Green flag, green
We
flag.
got the green flag. Here we go. And racing once again. Chris Page and oh no, Paul Bajanic on pit road again. Oh, what happened to him? Boy, I tell you. So he is on pit road. So that's effectively, he's going to lose a lap or two. I'm not sure what's wrong with Paul. He's back on pit road again. It must be, unless I don't know if he got some kind of penalty or something or what. But yeah, he's spending some time on pit road. So just not a good night there for Paul Bajanic. Chris Page, he'd opened up that gap 1.7 seconds. Mike Berg and Sir Oliver, they're having a nice battle there. Oliver Stevens, he's in that 4th spot. Here comes Ron Walters once again in that 5th position, trying to work his way back up to the front once again, trying to follow Sir Oliver down on the inside. I just can't get over how low his RPMs are. He has such a... we riding on board with Sir Oliver. And I'm curious. Let's go on inboard with her here and look at her. She's in 4th gear, but she's turning a lot more RPMs coming off the corner. And if we ride on board with Ron, though, he's in 4th gear. His gearing ratio's got to be different. You know, we were talking about this before the race. Yeah, you know, we have a fixed setup. But the AI cars, they don't, you know, long story short, they don't run the, quote, fixed setup that the human drivers do. They're programmed to just have a setup that works for the track. And it looks and sounds as if their gear ratio is different. And I don't know if Ron has tried running in 3rd gear or not, but he was definitely faster than the cars around him before. In the race here, his fastest time was 14.6. He's actually pretty quick now. 15.2 is his last time. And he's right in there with everybody in front of him. So I don't know. That's he's currently running 5th there. Terrell Rice right behind him. Got a little damage on that left side of the 98 there. Trying to chase down the 99, Ron Walters. Paul Bajanic's back on track. He is in that 9th spot. But boy, he is 5 laps down. So maybe he's just trying to do some, it's almost like some test session now, trying to figure out what's going on and, you know, with this truck. And we ride on board with Paul Bajanic. And now you see he is in the 3rd gear. He's staying in 3rd gear the whole time. And I tell you, his last lap time was a 14.7. He was the only one that did a 14-second lap. So I don't know. Ron Walters, we run with Ron Walters there. He's staying in 4th gear. Apparently he just does not like that 3rd gear. It may be too loose for him or something, but he's not running any time like Paul Bajanic is. Paul Bajanic is definitely you know, running some faster times. Got Oliver Stevens coming down pit road, green flag pit stop for the number 33 there. Here on lap 79. So that'll, and there your leader Chris Page coming in and being followed by Mike Berg. Who else? I thought somebody else come in. That was Sarah Oliver. Now that's going to elevate Ron Walters up to 1st. You know, like I was saying earlier, now he might just be running that 4th gear, thinking fuel mileage all the way. And they had that caution. So Ron Walters came in and pitted, and it was a 7-second stop. See more activity on pit road. Clay Rice, he's on pit road. Matt Holden coming in. So that's effectively just about the whole field now is going to go a lap down. See folks making their way back off. There's Terrell Rice making his way back out. Clay Rice right there behind him. Matt Holden also re-entering the track there. And now, at the moment, Ron Walters is the only driver on the lead lap. So now when he does pit, he knows that even if he has to do a green flag pit stop, at worst case scenario, he'll be only 1 lap down. Now the question is, can you do Now you know the pit stop times are a bit faster with the trucks as opposed to the late models and the car, definitely faster than the street stocks. But then you got to wonder, would he, if he wanted to do a 4-tire stop, could he get in and out of there? You know, those other drivers are gonna gain that lap back. But I think right now he'd probably be hoping for maybe a late caution somewhere where he can dive into the pits and get those 4 fresh Goodyears. But so far it looks like he's still sticking to the same strategy. It just feels like he's in fuel saving mode, and he's trying to eke out this offset just as much as he possibly can. Paul Bajanic's on track right behind him, and he's still his lap times have now his best time so far in the race is a 14.6.2. His last lap was a 15.07. Still one of the fastest at this point in the race. Getting a little bit closer. Chris Page, he's in that second position, and he's a lap down. The one thing Ron Walters doesn't want to see happen is Chris Page come back and pass him on track before he comes in and pits. And he is so close to Ron Walters, he would definitely get around this track in a hurry. Because you still got to, you have your pit road speed and everything. You got to, just trundle down that pit road. Even if it's a short pit lane, it'll seem like it's taking forever to get down to your pit box and get in there and do whatever it is you're going to do. You know what? He might even do a 2-tire stop. That's what I'm banking on. I've seen him do that before. So now it's Ron Walters with Paul Bajanic now on the lead lap, and Chris Page not too far behind those two in that second position. Mike Berg, he's third, a little bit further back. Oliver Stevens in that fourth position, and then Sir Oliver running fifth. Joe Rice in the sixth position. Clay Rice is seventh. And then Matt Holden, he's the last truck on the lead. Well, he's not on the lead lap. He's in eighth. Paul Bajanic's 4 laps down, and Ashton Rice is 9 laps down. And oh boy, look at this. Chris Page is about to get his lap back. That's not going to be good for Ron Walters when he stops and pits, because if he has to do a green flag pit stop now, he is going to lose. He's going to go a lap down to the 15 truck. There's nothing, That's the thing about staying out too long after the rest of the field. They have, whether they have fresh tires or not, but they make that pit stop. If you try to stretch it out too long and they end up catching you, then you're going to be in a worse situation if you don't get a caution. Oh, and he tagged the wall hard, man, and he is lucky he is still running. Oh my goodness, he really tagged the wall hard, but he's staying out there though. Chris Page in that second position. The only truck on the lead lap with him is 13 seconds behind him. He's behind him position-wise, but physically speaking, he's in front of him. He's about 2.5 seconds in front of Ron Walters. Ron Walters, he can still, that's the blue truck up ahead. That's your second place runner, Chris Page. And boy, we're at lap 100, so now lap 101, 45 laps still remaining. Now, how long can Ron Walters keep this up? And now here's Mike Berg. And I just saw Ron Walters scrape the wall again. Another little puff of smoke as you saw the 99 get up there. 102 laps on the original set of tires. Oh boy, if he's not careful, there'll be a caution, all right, but he might be involved in it. to the 45 and the 33. Boy, I tell you, they're really coming along now. Chris Page is still about 11.2 seconds behind. Page is still not, he's still a little bit more than half a lap behind Ron Walters. Now, who knows? Only Ron knows what his fuel gauge tells him when he came in and pitted on him. What was it, lap 60? That's the one time that he's been on pit road. So he knows how far he can go. It's just a question of, is it going to be just a fuel mileage thing? Will he be able to outlast the rest of these drivers? Chris Page in that second position, hitting a bunch of traffic there. He pitted like 19 laps later. I said Ron Walters pitted on lap 60. Chris Page pitted on lap 79, along with Mike Berg also pitted on lap 79. Oliver Stevens pitted on lap 78. And then Sarah Oliver pitted on lap 79. So those are the closest ones to your leader, Ron Walters, who at the moment is still, he's managing to stay ahead of the 45 and the 33. The 15 did get ahead of him, and they still just barely 11 seconds behind Ron Walters position-wise. So right now, Ron is definitely managing that gap a little bit, just a little over half a lap ahead of second place Chris Page. See Paul Buchanan right behind him in that ninth position. There's nobody that he can really catch up to, being 4 laps down. He's just basically now racing to the checkered flag. Gap now between him and second place Chris Page, 10.7 seconds. Now, who knows this? Now, even if he were to manage to stay out long enough, now see, if Chris Page, he put it on lap 7, let's say 80. Well, that was roughly, well, I'm wondering if he can go to the end here. Because, well, Ron, he did 60 laps. But he obviously could have went further, because you see where Terrell Rice went 80 laps before he pitted. And him and Matt Holden and Clay Rice, they both went 80 laps as well. So we know that he could have went another 20 laps when he pitted on lap 60. So he got a full tank of fuel. So, I think Ron Walters is going to make a run for it right now. I think he's going to go for it to get to the end of this race. Now, who knows? Chris Page, he's way back there. Now he's 9.8 seconds behind. Still has a long ways to go to catch the 99, but we're on lap 117 of 145 already. So Ron Walters may not have any other choice if he wants to win this race. I think he's just going to have to win it on fuel strategy here. He might have went far enough into the race, and I tell you what, that pit stop time was only 7.5 seconds. If he got right side tires, that'll help him. I hope he did, because otherwise, I would imagine that truck would get pretty tight. You see the 45 right there behind him. Not making too many aggressive moves to try to get past the 99. And now it's 26 laps to go. So we see the light at the end of the tunnel here. The gap is coming down again. Now it's 8.2 seconds. Chris Page is behind Ron Walters. Still not on the same straightaway together. They're almost exactly half a lap apart. He still has half a lap to go before he can catch Ron Walters. And now he's got 24 laps to do it. And he still has a bit of traffic that he's going to have to deal with. Ashton Rice is up there. She's in the 10th position. She seems like she's running along pretty good. Ron Walters definitely found his form after a few anxious moments there at the start of the race. And boy, I tell you, that gap is now less than 7.5 seconds between him and Chris Page. There's Chris Page coming off of turn 4, hitting the line. Ron Walters, he's going into turn 3. It's easy to say, oh, it's half a lap, but it's such a short track. Wow. And you don't know. You know what they say, it ain't over till it's over. So we'll just have to see how things play out. 20 laps to go. Ron Walters definitely trying to hold on here. Terrell Rice goes by. And so now he's on the lead lap as well. And Terrell Rice now on the tail end of the lead lap. So now we have 4 trucks on the lead lap. And boy, that gap is 6 seconds. Chris Page, 6.9. Make it 5.9. Oh, boy. 18 laps to go. Boy, I tell you, it's don't nobody. I'm sure. I don't know if Ron can see him in his relative yet. If depending on how you have your relative set up, you probably only might be showing 2 ahead of you and 2 behind, or maybe 3 ahead and 3 behind. You can set it up the way you want, but. That gap now 6 seconds, and there's Chris and there's Ron. Just a little bit more than a straightaway now between the 2 of them. As he goes down into turns 1 and 2, racing down the backstretch. He's going into turn 1. Page coming out of turn 4. 14 laps to go. Who's on? Somebody's on pit road. Okay. No, they just must have went low enough. He triggered the pit road indicator. Now Ron got some traffic in front of him. I don't know if he's catching that traffic really. That's Terrell Rice who got himself back on the lead lap. Now Stevens, he's in fifth position, a lap down. He's 6/10 behind Ron Walters. So, who is it? Ashton Rice is behind him, and she's another a good 2 seconds further back. And I don't know if he doesn't have time to be getting held up by lap traffic, that's for sure. And things getting a little hairy here now for Ron Walters. Now 10 laps to go, trying to ease his way on past the number 12. He does get clear. Let's see, where's Chris Page? Oh boy, he's only a couple of turns away from Ron Walters now. The gap now just about 5 seconds, a little over 5 seconds between Chris Page and your leader Ron Walters. He can't quite see him yet. And boy, I tell you, these laps can't click off quick enough for Ron Walters. He's desperately trying to hold on and stay ahead of Chris Page. And we can't see Chris in the background yet. But he's none of those cars right there. There he is. You can just catch a glimpse of him as Ron goes into a turn at the end of the straight. You see that there's a blue truck way back there. That's your second place runner. Now 7 laps to go. There is a little bit of traffic between him and Chris Page. So even if Chris gets up there, he's still going to have to deal with, first he'll have to deal with Sarah Oliver and then the 49 Ashton Rice. You can see the several trucks that he would have to deal with to try to catch the 99. And that most definitely be working in Ron Walters' favor. Next time around, it'll be 4 laps to go. And boy, you gotta hope. I assume that the fuel is okay. Otherwise, He probably would have stopped by now if he knew he couldn't make it on fuel, unless he's going to be on vapors or something. I don't know. Coming to the stripe, making 3 laps to go. The gap still a good 4.5 seconds between him and Chris Page. Somebody's on pit road. That's Matt Holden. Green flag pit stop for the number 25. Now 2 laps to go. He'll be getting a white flag next time around. Chris Page just crossing the stripe going into turn 1. But Ron only has to make one more circuit of the track here. Coming to the white flag. One more time around for Ron Walters. Fuel mileage strategy all the way. No pressure from behind. Nice and easy into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air. And it is in the air for Ron Walters. He'll be your winner here tonight. And boy, I know he's kind of relieved to get that one. Ron Walters gets the win here tonight at Lanier. And I think, like we said earlier in the week, he's going to miss the races next week, the final 2 races that we have next week. So able to get one more W before he goes do a little bit more vacationing. So what a way to end up his season number 2 with another win here tonight at Lanier. Congratulations to Ron Walters. Paul Bojanic right there. Donuts on the infield, pit road. Hey, so let's back into back in the victory lane here. And he parks it right there. Let's go get the guys. We're gonna bring them up to the winner's circle there, and we'll head on down there with them. Okay, folks, we're down here with race winner there. Ron, boy, I tell you, what a race that was, guys. And boy, Ron, man, congratulations. Man, was that fuel strategy all the way?
It was a strategy, and it worked out because I was able to keep them all a lap down. Otherwise, I'd have been in trouble because they were faster than me. But I ran 4th gear the whole race.
I know that was like, it was almost painful to watch. I know you can go faster than that. And I was like, but that obviously helped your fuel mileage too, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it kept me from having to make another stop. If I'd had to stop again, I'd been on the same lap with all of them, and I don't think I could have beat them. So I won on a fuel mileage race, fuel strategy. That's what got me there.
Hey, there you go, man. Hey, it's youth versus old age and treachery. you gotta use that strategy sometime, man. But congratulations again, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to it?
Tony. I drove my heart out this week, and I didn't think I'd get a win here. This has been the last ones I thought I might win.
Yeah, man, I tell you.
For a handful.
Tim, yeah, man. Well, now you know what? Now you can go ahead and park this one in the garage for the summer, man, because because I know you said you'll be out partying for the rest of the summer for this season and stuff. But I know you're happy to pick up a win before you head off into the sunset.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, be leaving on a good note. So shout out everybody that's raced with us all season. You, Tony, you put on a good show here. You run a tight ship. We like that, and I hope everybody's watching, and Harold and John and a few of them other fellas. I hope they come back and join us and race with us some more. And again, Paul, champion 3 times, 4 times.
There you go. Yeah, I think Harold's gonna meet you down there at the inspection trailer. He got a little suspicious. You got on that pole there, man. I tell you, he's gonna.
Don't tell him just leave the fuel tank alone. Don't screw it.
Yeah, well, congratulations again, man, and enjoy your summer vacation and stuff.
Thank you, Tony.
10-4, man. Hey, Paul, you got a copy?
Sir.
Boy, I tell you, it's if I've said it once, I say it 1,000 times. Boy,
Thank
you
God
really,
I clinched it a long time ago.
exactly, man. I tell you, good grief.
Well, I got a request for next season to put an enter sign at the enter of the pit instead of having 2 open spots.
Yeah.
I went through there and I'm like, well, where's my pit? Oh, I see the parking places.
Oh my goodness.
So I got
Jeez.
a penalty for that. And then I got a penalty
Oh
for entering
man.
the
Oh,
unsafe pit. Then I got a penalty for speeding on pit. Then I got a penalty for entering or exiting a closed pit. So
oh boy.
yeah, we only went down 4 laps on 12 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm good. It's all good.
10-4, man.
And I'm out of gas, so if we would have went another lap, but
Oh really? Wow.
actually I would not.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have had a pit because I would have had
So am
4
I.
laps more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I'm
have never
back here
made
on the
4
back.
more laps.
I'm on the back stretch back here. I'm out of gas.
Oh, you
Well,
ran
come
out.
help me.
Oh man. Well, I tell you
Yeah.
what, guys, the great racing here. We got the that'll,
Yeah.
like I said, that'll well, there is one more truck race, and I know Paul, he'll be there for that. And Martinsville, that's one of your favorite tracks there, I think. And
Yes, it is. I know where the entrance is.
there you go. That really helps out a lot, though,
That's
doesn't it?
90% of the battle.
There you go. Well, go relax, guys, and we will see you next week.
Have a good one.
All right, guys.
Have
See
a
you.
good weekend.
And
Yeah, peace.
Okay, folks. Well, man, that'll do it, folks. And so now we have we'll be going into our final week of season 2, and boy, I tell you, there's a little bit of a nail biter there, folks. Let me go ahead and bring up the race results here. Ron Walters managed to hold on by 4.5 seconds. Chris Page at second position, Mike Berg third, Terrell Rice fourth, Oliver Stevens rounds out your top 5, and so I tell you that was and where did Paul end up? He ended up 9th. But now we'll go back, and it'll be the final race for the late models on Tuesday, the Full Moon Bowling Alley 200. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, click your notification bell so you'll know every time we go live. So for all of us here at Race Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.